The next step will be to go into the practice setup to set up your practice details and your users. So in the top right, if you choose the practice setup icon, and you're presented with a screen here with 4 tabs. You have practice details, staff details, product access, and practice roles. In this practice details screen, you'll be able to enter in all the details regarding your practice. So you have the name, the location, the telephone number, any fax details, and also the address and postcode. If you have more than one site within this toolkit, you can choose this practice as the primary one by ticking this button here. The NHS code you can input in this screen as well, and the practice ID and location ID that are provided by the CQC paperwork will be included here as well. You can also include your website and your email addresses, and you can also enter your opening hours for the practice in this screen here. And to do so, simply choose the days and then the hours of working. So if you're open from 8 AM till 8 PM, you enter the details there, click the Add Session button, and it will be added to the opening hours list here. If you're happy with everything you've done, you click the Save Changes button, and you'll be told that those details have been saved. The next tab along is the Staff Details section, and here is where you can add, remove, or edit any access for your staff. So if we add in a new person, enter the email address there and then click the Add New Staff Member. Now you can see their email address has been passed over, and from there you add the rest of the details and any of the details you want to add in there. And once you've done that, you can click the Save button and that person will be added to this practice list. Simply confirm that you want to add them, and you can see now that that person has been added to the toolkit. Now to change any access levels for these people, you can go to the product access section. Once again, you can choose the name from this left hand list, and you can see on the right hand side the level of access they have to each section. So if this person is only going to be reading the documents that you publish to them, then they don't need any other access other than the document reader. If you want them to be involved in the creation, the amendment, and the editing of any documents within the toolkit, or to distribute any documents for the staff training, then they will need to have access to the IQ CQC toolkit, the document library, and the staff training section. Now if they need to add or remove or edit any user functions, and they'll also need access to this practice setup function. So if you select standard user for all those options and then press Save Changes, they will now be added and their changes have been confirmed. So the next time that person logs into the toolkit, their icons will be in this status here, and they will have access to all the levels as well. The final tab is the practice roles. This is where you can identify who is carrying out what role within the practice. So in this case we have the Caldecott Guardian, the Complaints Manager, the Head of Information Governance, the Practice Manager, and the Practice Clinical Lead for Learning Disabilities. So for any of these, they may be carrying out other duties as their primary roles, such as a Practice Manager or an Assistant Practice Manager or a Receptionist. However, if they're identified as any of these, then you choose the name from that list, and for each level they'll be able to be selected for that. Now anywhere where it shows up any of these details, such as a practice manager within the document, then it will replace that with the name of that specified person within your documents.